And then I had lessons 6, 7 years old. And I stopped it at 20 because I really stuff. And then I went back to piano. And then when I went back to I was at 16 to practice, and I did piano competitions and I was so, and now it's like,
We invite you to bring your whole self, just as you are, whatever you're bringing in with you today, in your mind, your body, your spirit, into this space. We want you to enter in. None of us enter into this space an empty slate. We all bring things with us. So tonight is not about perfection. but presence. So to collectively help us get here, will y'all sing with me? Okay? Sing with me, sing with us. I need my tambourine. Hang on. Forget your perfect offering. Forget your perfect offering. Ring the bells that still can ring. Ring the bells that still can ring. There is a crack in everything. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. That's how the light gets in. Okay, how's that feel? That feel good? Everybody know? All right, we ready, Chelsea. Let's go ahead. Here we go. Forget your perfect offering. Ring the bells that still can ring. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. That's how the light gets in. Forget your perfect offering. Ring the bells that still can ring. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. 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 All right, all right. All right. We feeling good? Warmed up? Good evening, everyone. My name is Lauren Cunningham, and I am a co-creator and co-facilitator with the Healing Ground Collective at Faith Community Church. Tonight's GSO Pride Interfaith service is centering the many forms of faith expressions that live and are practiced in and through the bodies of queer and trans folks. That's right. Let me hear you. Come on. And those in solidarity with our community. As a Black queer woman of faith, I am grateful for this body. I am grateful for this body, for each of your bodies, and for the body we co-create and contribute to. My opening is just affirmed, and my heart is spoken by one of my dear siblings, Prentice Hemphill. They write, "In everything I've done, I've wanted to create spaces where poor people, queer and trans people, Black and brown people, and formerly incarcerated people could heal without being traumatized or re-traumatized in the process. I had been in too many therapeutic rooms myself that were unsafe, where I had to keep things hidden so as not to be pathologized or blamed in the way that it is our habit to blame bodies like mine. I wanted a space, however small, for my community to look across the room and not have to hide. I'm gonna add to that, not have to hide, not have to bend, not have to break, not have to contort, not have to form. I'd be working to create a world that would know how to embrace a child like me. One that would make room for my family to heal. It hasn't always been as clear to me how personal it was, how much of my work was a working through my own pain. But healing our lineages is also healing our lives. That is what tonight is all about. At the Healing Ground Collective, at our monthly care circles, we remind ourselves each time we gather that each of us is healing ground. And collectively, we are healing ground. And we are held by a healing ground. Through music, art, and movement, and the practice of various expressions of faith, tonight we will celebrate, honor, remember, grieve, strengthen, and embrace our bodies. The body that we're co-creating in this community, and the body that holds us. So touch yourself right now, if you feel like it, and say, I am healing ground. I am healing ground. Thank you. Hear these words. My body is fly. My body is beautiful. My body is bold. My body is mine. My body is fly. My body is beautiful. My body is bold. My body is mine. My body is fly. My body is beautiful. My body is bold. My body is mine. One more time for good measure. My body is fly. My body is beautiful. My body is bold. My body is mine. Woo-wee. Thank you.
The poet Gwendolyn Brooks, in writing about civil rights activist, organizer, and musical icon Paul Robeson, says, "We are each other's business. We are each other's harvest. We are each other's magnitude and bond." Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Greensboro. I'm the Reverend Sadie Lansdale, and I'm the settled minister of this congregation. We are so honored and so excited to host all of you tonight. Shout out to the good folks at Greensboro Pride for asking and for inviting. And I didn't ask you this, but Sarah Lance, is there anything you want to say to the good people? Will you wave? Okay, this is Sarah. Sarah's with Greensboro Pride. Great, thanks. We are wearing masks in worship tonight, and we've got snacks after with options for you to eat inside or outside as is comfortable for you and depending on what the weather's up to. This is a great time for you to silence your phones. They are not invited to join us in song this evening. This is a family-friendly service, so if you are a kid, you're welcome to be in here, but there is also childcare available in case that's more comfortable for everybody. And lastly, we've got community care members sitting over here in the back. For anyone who finds themselves in need of prayer or presence during the service, they have little green ribbons and are waving. I want to recognize all the faith leaders here tonight. Will you rise if you are clergy, religious professionals, serving in affirming congregations, houses of worship, hospitals, community organizations? Will you rise and be acknowledged and wave? Yeah. And on behalf of all of our colleagues, there's a ton more of us who couldn't make it out tonight. Some of them you'll see on Sunday if you go downtown, and others you will find in your congregations and in all corners of the city of Greensboro. This is a service focused on singing and chanting to encourage each other and strengthen each other. There are things that we offer in song that sometimes we can't say in words. and this is a service that focuses on our bodies as instruments. Sometimes we come to sing, sometimes we come to hum, other times we come to be sung to and surrounded in song. So however you come, this practice of singing together is for you. If you're joining us in the sanctuary, go ahead and wave hello to everybody joining us online. If you're joining us online, introduce yourselves in the chat and offer welcome and blessings to each other. And if you're here with us in person, this is the time for you to get up and greet your neighbors. Hello, ladies.
As we gather back for our centering time this evening, I'd like to introduce myself, first of all. My name is John Kernodle, and I am your local Buddhist troublemaker. The chant that I'm going to invite you to participate in is called the 10-verse life-prolonging Kannon Sutra. Kannon is the Japanese name of the Bodhisattva of compassion, Avalokiteshvara. And Avalokiteshvara is known in Tibet as Chinrezig, in China as Guanyin, in Japan as Kannon, and has many other names. But the translation of each of these names, fitting for near-enlightened being, embodying compassion, is the one who looks down and hears a sound. The sound of suffering people in need of liberation. So this 10-verse sutra invites Kannon to be in this space with us tonight, and it is a devotional chant. I've chosen not to provide English translations because the purpose of doing a chant like this in a traditional meditation retreat is, as much as it might be about the words, is about the sound and what the sound brings into the space and what happens to the sound when we're all chanting together. So, without further ado, I will go through the chant once, and then I invite you all to join with me. We'll go a little bit faster each time, and we will let the energy of this room and each other dictate how long we go. 에메주쿠 가난기요 간세요 나무 묵수요 묵수엔요 묵수엔 무포소엔 조라쿠가조 초넨 간세요 모넨 간세요 넨넨 주셴키 난 프리션 간세요 나무 묵수요 묵수엔 요북수엔 무포소엔 조라쿠가조 초넨 간세용 모넨 간세용 넨넨 주셴키 넨넨 프리셴 간세요 나무 북수요 북수엔 요 북수엔 무포소엔 조라쿠가조 초넨 간세용 모넨 간세용 넨넨 지신키 넨넨 프리셴 간세요 나무 북수요 북수엔 요 북수엔 무포소엔 조라쿠가조 초넨 간세용 모넨 간세용 넨넨 주셴키 넨넨 프리셴 간세요 나무 북수요 북수엔 요 북수엔 무포소엔 조라쿠가조 초넨 간세용 모넨 간세용 넨넨 주시키 넨넨 프리셴 간세요 나무 북수오 북수엔 요 북수엔 무포소엔 조라쿠가조 초넨 간세용 모넨 간세용 넨넨 주셴키 넨넨 프리셴.
We've now come to a time in our service of honoring. We have our body altar here. Isn't it beautiful? Mm-hmm. We want to certainly recognize our friends at Elsewhere Museum who loaned us this beautiful, beautiful piece of artwork, this shawl of ribbons draped over our body altar. Tonight, we will offer this altar our prayers and names. We will, names of those who we want to honor, we want to remember, ancestors that we want to invite to be present with us right here, right now, in this moment. I want to invite a few of my comrades, a few of my co-conspirators up here for this ritual practice from the Healing Ground Collective. Johnette, Reverend Karen Day, Johnette Walzer and Reverend Karen Day, if y'all come up. I'm going to offer a reading from Adrienne Marie Brown in Holding Change. We need to be able to set up an open sacred space and to close and break down and clear sacred space. In each community, there are those that open, those that close, and those that hold the container. Build teams with this awareness in mind. Our bodies can help us find our way back into right relationship with each other. Say that with me. Our bodies can help us find our way back into right relationship with each other. With those who have caused us harm, and with this home planet, we have been pulled away from in various ways. I'm going to take us home here, okay? When we can feel the land beneath us as a place to belong to, and the people around us as those who we can trust to hold our boundaries and or hold our changes, we can begin to imagine civilization as a system of belongings instead of a system of exclusionary structures. Tonight, we want to imagine. We want to reimagine what we are co-creating right here. And we want to honor, and we want to remember, and we want to grieve. So, we want to invite you to take a few moments. The ushers are going to pass out some cards. And we're going to have some music in a few moments of silence for you to offer those prayers or offer those names. Offer your hopes. Offer what you're reimagining. Offer what you're grieving. Offer what you're releasing. And then we're going to pick those up and we're going to read some of those out loud. But we're going to string them. We're going to attach it to this body altar here to honor it. I think I saw some of our friends from elsewhere make their way in. Yes. And right after I had said, thank you for this beautiful ribbon made shawl that is wrapping around our body altar, arms wide open, to hold all these things, the earth beneath us, to hold us here together. So just take a few moments, and when you are finished, just give it a little in the air, and we'll make our way around to collect them, okay? Thank you.
We wish that we could read all of these beautiful remembrances and honorings that you all have offered, but we'll just read a few for the sake of time. But we will make sure that all of them are tied up there onto the altar by the end of the service. Praying for safety. Praying for safety, peace, and protection for all bodies. Justice, love, reconciliation. Jeanette, Angela, respect, peace. And I'm sorry if I get some of these wrong, you all. Acceptance of self. For those who are recognizing their full, authentic self in middle age. releasing the fear that my grief will swallow me. I honor my non-binary family member who survived depression and suicide attempts and has now found her people and is thriving. May all teenagers and young adults on this journey be safe and protected and loved. Hope for unity in our diversity. Weave us together. Grieve and let go of the body they were born to. Letting go of shame. Hope for anyone else to change faith in systems. For LGBTQ+ students at Christian colleges, may they be loved, held, and seen as holy. I pray for the mental health of my daughters and for all who suffer with their families and friends. In remembrance of my father, Stephen, who passed 34 years this November. Hope for new beginnings. Peace, be still. There is so much hate today. Why can we not love one another? I see God, Allah, in every human soul. I pray that others can see God in them. Let joy wash over while facing what needs to be done for wholeness. Max, Mason, Camille, Sam, Melvin, Colin, Colin. Sorry. Prayers that all God's children might have a place at the table. Welcoming dreams of inclusion for all. Meg and family, Atlas York, Ben Peebles. Golden, Juliana, Ocean, Matisse. Isaiah. John Caesar King, Edna King, Mrs. Moselle, Uncle Tommy, Cousin Keith. Alma Johnson, Reverend Nelson Thomas, Miss Brooks, and Miss B. Johnson. Restricting God's wondrous creativity because of our small human minds. I imagine a world where Bob knows love rather than fear, where youth grow up free to be. Stephanie, Tommy, Josie, Ori, Bill, Jenny, Dia, everybody. Today, I'm releasing all the negativity in my relationship with my father. Honoring Avery and Jay. The past is a place of learning, not a place of living. Family rejoice at the birth of a baby girl. Offer love, receive love, give love, embrace love, return love, surround love, hold love, surrender love, acknowledge love, abundant and affirming love.
Thank you. Whew. Ashe and amen. I was sinking deep in pain, far from the peaceful shore, very deeply stained within, sinking to rise no more. But the mother of the sea heard my despairing cry. From the waters lifted me, now safe am I. Love lifted me. Love lifted me. When nothing else could help, love lifted me. Love lifted me.
My name is Brandy Raggianti. I am a member of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Greensboro and am on its Board of Trustees. I was asked to share why I chose this song tonight. We're singing just a tiny part of it, and you will catch on easily. It's real catchy. I sang this at a singing circle with some beloved chosen family a few weeks ago, and our congregation has been striving to be a more intergenerational space, and I really appreciated the emphasis on children and elders and ancestors in this song. And some of you might know it already, so you could just start singing with me if you want to, it's fine. We rise, all of the children rise, elders with wisdom rise, ancestors surround us rise, in hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here in hope, in prayer. We're right here in hope, in prayer. We find ourselves here in hope, in prayer. We are here and we rise. All of the children rise, elders with wisdom rise, ancestors surround us rise, in hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here in hope, in prayer. We're right here in hope, in prayer. We find ourselves here in hope, in prayer. We're right here and we rise. All of the children rise, elders with wisdom rise, ancestors surround us rise.
Shalom. I'm Karen Dresser. I'm representing Temple Emmanuel. I'm a cantorial soloist, teacher, bar and bat mitzvah student, b'nai mitzvah student, bar mitzvah student, as the new term is. And I want to also tell you that my two rabbis, Rabbi Koren and Rabbi Fisher, are sad that they could not be here. They had a boring board meeting tonight. 21 years ago, something happened in the United States that changed the way everything worked. And I know I was on my way to Temple, actually, when I heard the news about the Twin Towers. And we were all cast into a state of chaos, wondering what was going to happen. Rabbi Menachem Creditor, the next day after the Twin Towers, his wife gave birth to a baby girl. And he said, "How can I bring a child into this world that's so full of chaos, so full of suffering and hate and sadness right now?" And he looked to the Psalms, and one of the Psalms said, "Olam, chesed, Libaneh. Would you please say those words one at a time? Olam, Chesed, Libaneh. I must build this world from love. And how true it is today when we look around at all the tsuras, the sadness of suffering that's in the world. If we don't build this world, we can't look for anyone higher to do it. We have to do it. Then God will do it. So we're going to learn the first part of it and then sing it. And then the English is not as hard as the Hebrew. Olam chesed yibaneh. Sing it with me. Olam chesed yibaneh. The next part is a little harder. Yadadai-dai-dai, da-da-dai-dai. Yadadai-dai-dai, da-da-dai-dai. Olam chesed yibaneh. Yadadai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai. Olam chesed yibaneh. La-da-dai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai. Olam chesed yibaneh. Yadadai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai. Olam chesed yibaneh. Yadadai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai. Don't be afraid to do some harmonies. Olam chesed yibaneh. Yadadai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai. Olam chesed yibaneh. Yadadai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai. Olam chesed yibaneh. Yadadai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai. I must build this world from love. Yadadai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai. You must build this world from love. Yadadai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai. And if we build this world from love, yadadai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai, then God will build this world from love. Yadadai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai. Olam chesed, olam chesed yibaneh. Yadadai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai. Olam chesed yibaneh. Yadadai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai. Olam chesed yibaneh. Yadadai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai. Olam chesed yibaneh. Da-da-dai-dai-dai, yadadai-dai. If you can also think of that as a lullaby for his child, how powerful that message.
My name is Johnette Walser, and I am part of the Healing Grounds Collective at Faith Community Church. And I'm honored to be here with my comrades also from the collective, Karen Day and Lauren Cunningham. The poem that I'm going to read is a poem by Langston Hughes called I Look at the World. And I chose this poem because it speaks to a lot of what we are talking about tonight. It speaks about embodiment, about the world that we want to build, about our individual and collective responsibility to do so, and it speaks about breaking down walls. I look at the world from awakening eyes and a black face, and this is what I see: this fenced-off, narrow space assigned to me. I look then at the silly walls through dark eyes in a dark face, and this is what I know: that all these walls oppression builds will have to go. I look at my body with eyes no longer blind, and I see that my own hands can make the world that's in my mind. Then let us hurry, comrades, the road to find. And I'm going to read that second verse again, and then I'm going to offer us a chant. I look then at the silly walls through dark eyes in a dark face, and this is what I know: that all these walls oppression builds will have to go. And so I'm going to say all these walls, and you all will say must go. All these walls 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 must go.
Johnette warmed us up here. I think in the black faith tradition, let me not speak for all black people, in my black faith tradition, call and response is a part of who we are. But also a part of who we are is the entanglement of singing and marching, chanting, and taking it to the street. They go hand in hand. And so for our last strengthening chant of tonight, I'm gonna bring us to love, what we've been talking about. And I wanna offer up one of my favorite ancestors, a Kentucky native just like me, Ancestor Bell Hooks. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead, give it to her, give it to her. In her book, All About Love, she says so many good things, I'm just trying to pick through. She says here, we're talking about love, okay? She starts with M. Scott Peck's classic self-help book, The Road Less Traveled, first published in 1978. Echoing that work from Fromm, he defines love as the will to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing one's own or another's spiritual growth. Simply put, love is as love does. Love is as love does. Love is an act of will, namely both an intention and an action. That's a verb, y'all. Yeah. We have to question how love has been dwindled down to a feeling. Because feelings come and go. Will implies choice. We do not have to love. We choose to love. All right, just one more thing about love. She gives us a nice ingredient list. True love, to truly love, we must learn to mix various ingredients. I'm going to add to it a little bit. A little dash of care, sprinkle of affection, about a half a teaspoon of recognition, 1/3 cup of respect. I'm running low on my measurements. A little dash of commitment, some trust, and on top we need to put in a little honesty and open communication. That's just some of the ingredients she gives for us to truly love. So many people have said it wonderfully. I think MLK says love is what justice looks like in public. That's that. It's an action, it's a doing. And so I invite you, as we enter into this last chant of strengthening, to sing with me. And not only to carry love in your heart as you leave here, but in your actions. Because love is as love does. And start right here with that body of yours. And remember that you are healing ground. So in the Black church tradition, call and response, I'm going to say, I'm on my way. You're going to repeat after me. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. To freedom land. To freedom land. Okay, good. Good. That's great. There's going to come a little drive in this song where I'm going to just take it. But I'm going to give it back. Okay? Thank you. I'm on my way. I'm on my way to freedom land. To freedom land. I'm on my way. I'm on my way to freedom land. I'm gonna take it here, okay? See, though the road might get rough, I'm hanging on. I'm hanging tough. I'm on my way. I'm on my way to freedom land. To freedom land. I'm on my way. I'm on my way to freedom land. To freedom land. See, though the road might get rough, I'm hanging on. I'm hanging tough. I'm on my way. I'm on my way to freedom land. To freedom land. I'm on my way. I'm on my way to freedom land. To freedom land. And though the road might get rough, I'm hanging on. I'm hanging tough. I'm on my way to freedom land. So how many of y'all believe we on our way? We on our way. We on our way. We are on our way. We are on our way. To provide our sending forth tonight, I'm going to invite Pastor Wesley Morris, pastor of Faith Community Church. Yeah, y'all can make the noise. Go ahead.
Good evening. Just a few words as we get ready for this sending forth. Before I do that, won't you just take a moment to look at each other and transmit some of that love. And if you can will it through your eyes, do that. It's truly an honor to stand and to offer just a few words on this thoroughfare from one place to another. I want to give thanks to everyone here, particularly my Faith Community Church family, my wife Kenya, Reverend Nelson Johnson, Miss Joyce, Makiba is also here. But I consider you all members of a faith that goes beyond those walls. And so I give thanks. I do want to say this. May all be happy and may all be free. Being able to host the collective care on those Sundays and oftentimes on Tuesdays really is an honor. I want to thank those that lead those very special moments where decades of pain that have been suppressed find a ground to stand on, be seen, accepted, and allowed. I want to thank Reverend Lauren and Reverend Karen, whom I've gotten to know quite well over this time period, for being brave enough to accept and not be fearing of God's love. Because when you are loved for who you are, what you do becomes sweeter. When you are accepted and allowed for who you are, what you do becomes liberating to those who are seeking that same love. So I am thankful to say, may all be happy, may all be free. To the Unitarian Universalist Church and Reverend Sadie, a colleague and dear friend, thank you for representing and giving us what we call the sixth element of the universe, time. It contains and it releases. So the sending forth is this, that it has contained us for maybe a little over an hour. But what we have been charged with and created for, I pray is a reminder of what you were known for before you were formed in the womb. A precious child, a golden child, that on this thoroughfare between one place and another gets to be reminded that may all be happy, may all be free. And may you all continue in the tradition of healing ground and collective care. In the naming of Prentice earlier, I was reminded that we all call forth lineages that extend beyond time and distance. But the greatest distance was already covered by a great and a dear sacrifice, which makes possible our love today. May all be happy. May all be free. May all be loved for who you are, so what you do can be free. Won't you stand as we get ready for what we call fellowship time. Time to contain, time to be joyous, time to be excited, and time to be free. I will not share my gift of song as others have done, but I will say this. Let's just make some noise for a moment, all right? If you got a hallelujah in you, say hallelujah. If you got a joyous shout, have some joy. That's what I'm talking about. God is a great compliment. Let's get singing.
If I don't lift
in peace. Enjoy your Pride Week.
Hey.